G'day, my name's Bill, these are the bots, welcome to the video. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Legacy United Quake. For those of you who don't know, Quake here was a G1 Decepticon and was released to the Double Target Master subline of 1988, named so because of the two little minifigures that came included with the figure that could transform into the larger figure's guns. And that was it for Quake for 30ish years until Time's Return, the line that made everyone and their mother a headmaster, including Quake, who was a straight repaint of classic Autobot headmaster Hardhead. With a new head, this figure wasn't too bad, being quite a good looking generic Decepticon bruiser, although you could clearly tell that he was just a repaint of Hardhead, with the mold not really serving as an accurate update to the G1 design, leaving a lot of people a little bit disappointed. But not anymore, not with this new release as part of Legacy's third and final year, / 40th anniversary celebration. Quake here is a very pretty figure, with the deep blue chest, the solid maroon limbs, although the legs are a little bare, just being straight grey, but what are you going to do? It's accurate. I will add that the Deceptor badge on his chest gets lost in the dark blue of the chest piece, and you can hardly see it. They probably should have printed it on a brighter colour or put a white back Decepticon symbol on it. Now getting it out of the way, yes, this figure is a heavy retool of Legacy's Skullgrin, but I guarantee you wouldn't have noticed that had I not told you. And the overall silhouette of this guy is amazing. So much sleeker and cooler than Skullgrin. His articulation is one of my favourite parts of this figure, as for a character who's essentially a nobody, you can get him in some super dynamic poses. With his overall jointage being your standard affair, he poses so much smoother than a lot of deluxes. Probably has something to do with him having next to no kibble on the bot mode, which means nothing to get in the way. Although his head is only able to swivel, as if he did have some up and down at the neck, his posing would be pretty much perfect. But speaking of the head, it's amazing. That sculpt is just perfect and pleasing to look at, with the dark grey helmet, regal gold faceplate, and the piercing red eyes. It looks great. He really looks like your stock standard grunt, which is perfect for Quake. It's a brilliant update to the G1 toy. Also, I want to mention the feel of this guy. It's a bit weird, but the plastic feels great and solid, and moves so smoothly, if that makes sense. Which is how I would describe the plastic on a lot of Legacy United figures, which just shows how much love went into this line. Every figure getting a lot of effort and love put into it. For accessory, Quake comes with these two, which are his two Target Master partners, Tip Top and Heater, who continue the legacy trend of the Target Masters being packed in and a solid piece or only a few pieces as compared to the War for Cybertron trilogy, which had the Target Masters packed separately and being a lot more involved individual figures. But these legacy ones are also a lot smaller, being only a hair taller than a Lego minifigure. But this is in service to the weapon mode, as the War for Cybertron ones were very bulky in gun mode, whereas these are a lot more streamlined and a lot more realistic looking, if that makes sense. And these two are different from Needle Nose's Target Masters, which is a surprise. Being the same overall engineering, they do have different sculpts, which look very good and give them a bit of individual personality. And they are also painted very nicely. And of course, they can afford to plug into Quake's hands so he can dual wield the Target Masters. For size comparisons, here is Legacy United Quake with Legacy United Gears, Legacy United Animated Universe Bumblebee, Legacy Ruckus, Legacy Cannonball, and the rest of the updated Decepticon Double Target Masters, Legacy Evolution Needle Nose, and Siege Spinister. These guys look great together, just like they did back in '88. Transformation is quite involved for what is essentially folding a man in half into a box. It's mostly getting the legs sorted, which is a bit tricky with all the small hinges, but overall not too bad. And what you're left with is, well, I guess it's a tank? It's not too terrible, with the bottom half of the tank looking very much like a proper Earth tank, with those treads being nicely painted. To the top of the alt mode, there's a bit of a problem, with the hands being clearly visible under the tank barrel, and also the entire torso being the back half of the tank, and not making any effort to hide. I mean, the G1 toy did a much better job of being a cohesive tank. The colours though are quite nice, with the really poppin' blue and the maroon being all over the tank mode. The turret is able to swivel, and you can hinge the barrel up and down, which can then hinge up and down again on another hinge. Also, the Target Masters can plug into the top for a triple barrel backup. For size comparison, here is Gears, B, Ruckus, and Cannonball. Overall, Legacy United Quake is an interesting update to the G1 figure, especially compared to the Titan's Return figure, which is just a repaint, the robot mode being a really faithful recreation of the G1 figure and having some really nice plastics and posing. And then there's the alt mode, which is nowhere near as good a tank as the original toy, but at least he has both his target masters, which are pretty nicely painted, and it is great to finally complete another trio of obscure G1 characters. So I've been Bill, these were the bots, and until next time, have a good one.